new day, new show, new me. Hello everybody and welcome to Wednesday's edition of the Pritchard Cycling News Show. Now I've got to say, my energy over the past few weeks has been pretty low on these shows. I'm trying to, but it's difficult at the minute. Anyway, I'm not going to let that stop me giving you the best cycling information on the interweb today. And wow, have I got some information and news for you. I haven't really. Quiet day. Anyway, just want to take this opportunity to say thank you to each and everybody who took part last night in the Brewdog Chain Gang social ride over on Zwift. I'm doing it for the next 5 weeks on a Tuesday night, 7 PM. If you want to be part of it, jump on your bike, get into Zwift, join the event and just come for a social ride. If you want to watch it on the stream, then do that. Thanks everybody for the donations on the stream. You really didn't have to. And thanks for watching if you tuned in. It was good. No? All right, let's kick off today's show with some YouTube highlights and public service announcement. Don't go out and do this in future. If there's a storm coming, don't be an idiot. However, it makes for great content if you're prepared to do so. And one YouTuber who did was Jasper Vicule. He decided to make the most of Storm Kira, headed out and just kicked ass when it came to them KOMs.
What's up guys? What's up cycling? Today I'm chasing down Storm Kira and I'm going full gas down the Dutch mountain.
So in this video, Jasper made the most of Storm Kira by using it as a tailwind, or as the Dutch call it.
Well, the Netherlands is flat, but if you guys know what the Dutch mountain is, you understand that going downhill on the Dutch mountain means riding a tailwind.
What is it called?
The Dutch mountain.
The
Dutch mountain.
Summer, I can't remember. Anyway, go and check out the video. It's hella fun. I don't condone this type of behaviour, but it does make for bloody great content. Next up, Phil Guyman dropped a video on the National Hill Climb Championships over in America. Now technically it's not an official national championship. I think the governing body decided to take it away from national status. However, Phil Guyman over the past few years has decided that he wants to do it himself. So he's organised his own National Hill Climb Championship. Funny that from someone who's very, very good at climbing. In fact, now's a good time to tell you about a new championship that I've decided to organise. It's a 100-metre sprint, right? The criteria is pretty tight. You need to be called Chris Pritchard, and listen, to only get the elite people there, I'm not telling anybody the date or where it is. So only the real select people who are really capable of winning this national title can enter it. Anyway, this is a highly produced, really nice video about Phil, why he set it up. It's a bit of cycling motivation as well. Beware, there are a lot of cliches in it, but don't let that take away from the fact that it is a really, really good video, sponsored clearly by Mavic. But yeah, great video. Links down in the description if you want to go and check that out. And then finally, on the YouTubes, I don't know how many of you spotted this out there, but the latest episode of the GCN show was titled Recycling. Is history repeating itself? I'd say almost yearly over there. I mean, yeah, they've got creative ways of changing titles. I mean, just because you change the title from top 10 winter tips to top 8 winter tips, it's technically the same video, isn't it? But hey, listen, go and check it out. GCN show. It's a great show. Much more factually correct than this one. Anyway, let's talk some racing news. All right, in terms of racing news, yeah, the Tour of Langkawi is going on. I probably should. Shall I cover that? Right, I'll cover that. So today's stage was won by, I knew there was a reason I wasn't going to cover this, Haitao Nakane, Hideto Nakane from the Nippo Delco One Province team. He took the victory ahead of, oh God, Brusensky, Gleb Brusensky, and Samuela Battistella was in third for NTT Pro Cycling. Yeah, I did all right out of that, didn't I think? In terms of the GC, Danilo Celano is leading the GC 26 seconds ahead of Yevgeny Fedorov. And in third position is Artem Ovenchik. Artem Ovenchikin. Alright? Still 2 stages to go and all to play for, I presume. I don't know. But the biggest week of the race... What? But the biggest race of the week started yesterday. It is the third running of the Tour of Colombia, and it started with a team time trial. And EF, Education First, Pro Cycling, won the team time trial. DeCoini Quickstep were in second position, and Team Ineos, with a roster full to the brim of Colombians, finished in third. Bloody hell, there's 27 teams in this. So rounding out the top 10, Rally Cycling were in fourth, UAE Team Emirates fifth, EPM Scott was sixth, that's a Colombian team no doubt, Movistar in seventh, Israel Startup Nation in eighth, in ninth, Team Medellin, and in 10th, Uno X Norwegian Development. Hey, that's cool, that's a good effort for the Norwegian development team, 51 seconds behind. No, they weren't, that was a speed. 1 minute and 32. I need to get better at this job. Stage 2 will see an EF Pro Cycling rider in the leader's jersey, 45 seconds ahead of a DeCoini Quickstep rider. Alright, next up, a little bit of local news for you UK people, especially those in the Midlands, as Coventry have just appointed their first ever bike mayor. Coventry born and bred Adam Tranter has taken on the role and has been given backing by no less than Olympic gold medal winning cyclist Sir Chris Bloody Hoy. Now, if Adam's name rings a bell, it's because we've covered a story with him before. Remember, Adam had set up this volunteer group of parents that take their kids to school using bicycles. So they set up a bicycle bus, I think it was called, and they ensure that their kids get safely to school using that mode of transport. Remember, they rode through the park and some idiot decided to hurl abuse at them. Remember that? Well, that was the man who hurled abuse wasn't Adam, but Adam was the volunteer who set it all up. But now he becomes the bicycle mayor. And he said, okay, focus, we'll be listen, this is not my normal accent, I don't talk like this, but this is as close to the Midlands as Chris can get, I guess. A key focus will be holding power to account in ensuring cycling and active travel are given the funding that's needed to transform the number of people choosing cycling. Coventry has had a strong association with the bicycle thanks to pioneers such as John Kemp Starley, who invented the modern safety bicycle design in the city. Over a 100-year period, there were more than 450 bicycle makers in Coventry, but things have moved on into the car manufacturing, and that industry still has presence in the city today. These companies are important to political landscape and local economy, but there is currently no voice for cycling. We need to change that. And as I said, Sir Chris Hoy has even given Adam his backing, and he said this: there are a few people who understand the importance of getting more people active than Adam. There are even fewer who have the practical experience and know-how to bottle all that is great about cycling and take it to new cyclists. I look forward to seeing what Adam can achieve, getting more children, getting more kids cycling, and continue to raise awareness of the many benefits. So there you go, exclusive interviews there from Adam Tranter and Sir Chris Hoy. Amazing. But let me know, over in your area, wherever you live in the world, do you have a bike mayor? Would you like one? And if you do have one, what benefits as a cyclist are you getting out of that? Do you feel like because you've got a bike mayor that more things are happening within your city, more infrastructure is being built for cyclists? Let me know. And talking of infrastructure for cyclists, over here in the UK, Prime Minister Boris Johnson has pledged £5 billion of new cash, as opposed to old cash, to helping out bus and cycling infrastructure. So alongside the confirmation for the full route of the HS2 railway expected on February the 11th, the UK's Department for Transport has announced new funding of £5 billion to boost bus use and bicycling. There is to be £1 billion spent on building 250 miles of new high-quality separated cycle routes and safe junctions in towns and cities across England. However, there was no such plans in the Conservative election manifesto before December's election, although Labour had pledged £7 billion for active transport such as walking and cycling. Now, British Cycling's policy advisor Chris Boardman, who is also the Walking and Cycling Commissioner for Greater Manchester, said, "As always, the devil is in the detail, but this is certainly a step in the right direction, and it's encouraging to see the Prime Minister picking up much of the great work he did as Mayor of London, such as tough design standards and mini Hollands. We know that the investment in cycling and walking has the potential to transform Britain's towns and cities into healthier, cleaner and more vibrant places to live and work. But getting there will require far more than just 250 miles of segregated lanes. We hope this is just the start of the new government's ambition and await further details for their long-term cycling programme and budget with interest." In this day and age now, everybody wants to be healthier. We need cleaner cities. There's just far too much pollution going on in this world. There's far too many traffic jams. There's far too much time wasted, people sat in their cars. Cars are taking up too much space on the road. Eventually, I'm not saying do it now, but eventually we need city centres to be car-free zones. We need to be able to freely go about our business either on a bike, on a scooter. Like when I was in Paris doing the Crank It Up tour, I jumped on one of those Lime scooters for the first time, and it was so easy to be able to just zip around the city and not have to worry about public transport, walking for miles. You could just get on one of these scooters and bush, off you go. And if you can build city centres around cycling infrastructure, around bus infrastructure, there's no reason to go and drive your car into a city. No cars, cleaner cities, healthier cities, happier cities, more business in the city, more money in the city, more money for you. So if anything, get on your bike and earn money. That's what I'm saying. But again, I'm going to pass the question off. Like we said with the cycling mayor, are you in a city that lives and breathes cycling? Is your city built for cycling? And if so, how different is it when you visit a new city where there is zero infrastructure when it comes to cycling to get around? Is it a bit of a pain in the arse? Leave those comments down below. Thanks for watching, everybody. Make sure you hit that like button. If you've not enjoyed it for whatever reason, hit that dislike button. I know that there's always, I don't know who it is, but there's always some person who doesn't even watch the video. I've seen it happen. As soon as that video goes live, they receive a notification just so they can dislike the video. But that's cool, it's fine, it is what it is. Make sure you leave those comments down below, hit that notification bell, hit that subscription button if you've not done already. Close to 15,000 bloody subs. Make sure you're one of them. Whoosh.